morning. We are running out of time. Most of the students have joined. We will continue with the methods of synthesis of transuranic elements. In this regard, yesterday we have seen the first method of synthesis of transuranic elements is the neutron capture followed by beta decay method, wherein we have seen when the host nucleus captures the neutrons, the mass to charge ratio that is increased, that is N upon P ratio is increased, and because of this, the host nucleus becomes unstable, and hence it tries to become stable by the emission of beta particles. And we know that whenever there is a beta emission or when beta particles are emitted, then a new element that is formed having atomic number increased by 1 unit. And here we have come to the conclusion that this neutron capture followed by beta decay method is a chain type of reaction. One cannot stop this reaction, and hence there are certain drawbacks that we have to see. The first drawback of this neutron capture followed by beta decay method is that the process should be carried out with a slow or the thermal neutrons energy. For effective transformation, a fast neutron cause non-capture of disintegration. The meaning of this demerit is that if the neutrons are bombarded on a host nucleus with a greater speed, then there is no effective disintegration. That means that will not lead a product that is required during the course of this analysis. Now, the first drawback is that the neutron should not be bombarded on a host nucleus with a greater speed. That may not lead to perfect disintegration, non-disintegration, or the neutrons may not be captured by the host nucleus. Secondly, the process is relatively time-consuming and stepwise. That means while carrying out such type of neutron capture followed by beta decay method, the process is stepwise. That means first of all, neutrons are to be bombarded. Then after bombardment, the beta particle emission is there. So the scientists thought of that they have to work or they have to wait for a very long period of time. And after stepwise disintegration, the newer products are obtained. This is a second demerit or drawback of this method. Third is that the new nuclide form or new product that is formed is only with 1 unit higher atomic number than the previous case, and hence the desired heavier transuranic element cannot be obtained in a single step. So if we want to obtain a heavier transuranic element, that means those elements which are having atomic number greater than americium, that is a 95, such heavier members cannot be obtained. So we have to wait until the further disintegration occurs. And yesterday we have seen americium may not be obtained quickly, or berkelium. These elements, those do not be obtained quickly. We have to wait for a very long period of time so as to get the host nucleus that gets disintegrated. And fourth drawback is that the neutrons are made available by some other nuclear reactions. So here the projectiles which are used, most of the times those are the neutrons, and these neutrons are to be obtained by some other methods. So in order to overcome all these drawbacks, another method was put forward. This method is known as an accelerated projectile bombardment method. Here we have seen that in the first method, the projectiles such as neutrons are merely bombarded with a host nucleus. But scientists were thought of that if the projectiles are thrown on the host nucleus with a greater speed or with a greater accelerators, then and then a particular desired product or desired heavy ion can be obtained. So this is the only advantage of this process, that if we want to synthesize certain isotopes or if we want to obtain a particular heavy ion, then this is the best suitable method by which one can obtain heavier actinide element. So here, just now in the beginning, we have seen that the projectiles are used, those projectiles are bombarded with a greater speed. That means here, for this purpose, a particular instrument was used. That means in these instruments, the host nucleus is placed at one end and the projectiles are placed at another end. And these projectiles were given the higher speed or greater speed, or these projectiles are given a greater acceleration. These accelerators are named as, some names I would like to give here. The common, in this case, the common projectiles which are used are majority times alpha particles, that is a helium nucleus. So in accelerated projectile bombardment method, the helium nucleus, that is known as a alpha particles, which are used as a best suitable projectile, and then a desired product that is obtained. So I would like to mention the accelerators which are used to give greater speed for the projectiles are the cyclotron is one of the most fruitfully used is a instrument where the projectiles are given a greater speed. So cyclotron is the best suitable instrument. Another instrument I would like to mention here, the cyclotron. Cyclotron is also another instrument by which the projectile is given a greater speed. Another instrument is there, synchrocyclotron or betatron or heliac. These are the some instrument by which the projectiles are given a greater speed. Let us take one example how certain isotopes may be obtained by using this alpha particles. You should take your notebook. This will be enable you for the better understanding of this method. So here the second method is known as the accelerated projectile bombardment. This is also one of the important method of synthesis of transuranic elements. Particularly, certain isotopes have been obtained, and for this purpose, certain alpha particles means the helium nucleus, helium-2,4. This nucleus is bombarded majority times with the host nucleus. Now, as we know, if we take the example of uranium-238-92, you have to write in your notebook, uranium-238-92 and helium-2,4. If we use here helium with a greater speed, and once we know the total number of neutrons, sometimes during exam time, you will be given such type of nuclear reaction wherein you are asked to write the product or the main product of the reaction. So you can think over what the product that will be obtained and what will be the name of the nuclear product that is obtained at the end point. And yesterday we have seen, to arrive at the product, you have to listen very carefully, because we are taking much more examples on this accelerated projectile bombardment that will make you perfect for the balancing of nuclear reactions. First of all, we have to add up the atomic numbers. So 92 plus 2 is a 94. And 238 plus 4 is a 242 minus 1. That means 241. So the element having atomic number 94 is definitely plutonium. And yesterday I have told you repeatedly that you have to by heart the series, then and then you will come across this name of the product. So this is how, when uranium-238-92 nucleus is bombarded with alpha particles, it gives a plutonium nucleus with the ejectiles such as neutrons. Another example can also be given as Say for example, if we take the isotope of plutonium, plutonium-239 94, with which if alpha particles are bombarded during this reaction, if one neutron is ejected, what is the remaining product? So here one should bear in mind, if we know the number of particles ejected or ejectiles, we can easily arrive at the main product of this nuclear reaction. What will be done? First of all, we have to add up the atomic numbers. 94 plus 2 is 96. And 239 plus 4 is 243. Minus 1 is 242. Atom number 96 is of curium. So this is how we can arrive at curium nucleus. Now, if we take for instance this curium nucleus CM96 242, with which if helium as a projectile, if it is bombarded during this course, if gamma particles are ejected, gamma particles are again chargeless and massless particles. Now, how to arrive at the product of this reaction? To arrive the product of this nuclear reaction, first of all, 96 plus 2 is a 98. I think you are writing in your notebook. 96 plus 2 is a 98. 242 plus 4, 246. No charge or mass is there. Hence, we write directly 242 plus 4 is a 246. The atomic number 98 is of California. Again, by taking the same host nucleus, curium 24296, if we bombard this nucleus with helium, and during this course, if two neutrons are ejected, if you try this nuclear reaction, here again, we have to add up 96 plus 2 is 98. Again, 242 plus 4 is 246 minus 2 is 244. Again, California is obtained. So here, in the beginning, we have seen that accelerated projectile bombardment method is the best suited method so as to synthesize certain isotopes. So two isotopes of californium have been obtained. Which are those? First isotope is 244 and 246. These are the isotopes which are obtained by using these alpha particles as a projectiles or bombarding agents. So because of this particular reaction, one can obtain the desired product. So if for certain research purposes, if the isotopes are required, a particular isotope, for example, if an isotope that is required for research purpose 244, then we can use only alpha particles. By a greater speed, we can definitely obtain this particular product. Now, these nuclear reactions can also be written as like this. Here, in this case, uranium was used as a host nucleus, uranium-238 92. Here, this reaction can also be written as here alpha particles are used for bombarding, and during this course one neutron is ejected. Hence, we can write this reaction as like this: uranium-238 92, alpha particles and neutrons. During this course, this is host nucleus, this is a projectile, and this is a particle ejected. On similar grounds, we can write this particular reaction as like this. How can we write? Based on the same method. Here, the host nucleus is a plutonium having atomic number 94. Atomic mass is 239, with which again alpha particles are bombarded, and during this course neutrons are ejected. So this is a host nucleus, this is a projectile, and this is a particle ejected or ejectile. This is a ejectile. Similarly, we can write this reaction also. This reaction is a curium 96 242. The projectile used here again is a helium, that is a alpha particle. So alpha, and the particle that is ejected, ejectile, is a gamma. So curium, alpha, gamma, that indicates the entire reaction. Similarly, this reaction can be written as curium 96, 242, alpha particles as projectiles, and here two neutrons are ejected. We have to write 2n, indicates two neutrons are ejected during this course of reaction. Now we will move further. For example, if we take for instance americium, atom number 95, atom mass 243, here alpha particles are bombarded. During this reaction, one neutron is ejected. Now, what is the end product of this reaction? You can work out in your notebook. Try 1 minute and let me know what is the product that is obtained. If you have arrived at any product, then let me know. You have to unmute your microphone and tell me which is a product or which is a newer element that is formed.
Berkelium.
Yes, it is berkelium. The answer is correct. What we have done, 95 plus 2 is 97. 243 plus 4, 247 minus 1. So 246, it is definitely berkelium. So how can we write in modern terminology? Americium, you have to write in your notebook, americium 243, 95. Projectiles are alpha particles and one neutron is ejected. So this is how we can write this reaction also. Now, again, you write in your notebook, Einsteinium 99, atomic mass 253. Again, alpha particles, if are bombarded during this course, if one neutron is ejected, you try to work out this reaction also and let me know the exact name of the product that is obtained. So what is the product? If anyone can tell me. Mendelium. Let me see. Just a minute. It is 99 plus 2 is 101 and 253 plus 4 is 257 minus 1 is a 256. Atom number 101 is again Mendelevium. The answer is correct. Now, another example can also be given here. Americium, another isotope may be given here. Here, how can we write this reaction? Einsteinium 99, you have to write side by side. So you will get a practice of it. How can we write? The alpha particles and a neutron is ejected. So Einsteinium alpha N. Now americium 241, 95 nucleus, with which if alpha particles are bombarded, helium-24. During this course, now if two neutrons are ejected, what is another product? That is the main product of the reaction. Try to work out this product and let me know which product that is obtained. It is very interesting to study all these nuclear reactions. I have told you that first of all you have to add up the atomic numbers, then you will arrive definitely at the respective element of this actinide series.
Berkelium.
Yes, the answer is correct. It is 97. 95 plus 2 is 97. So 241 plus 4 is 245 minus 2 is 243. It is a berkelium. So how can we write this reaction? Americium 95, 241 alpha particles as the projectiles and 2 neutrons are ejected, or ejectiles are 2 neutrons. Next reaction, you write in your notebook, curium 96 and 241 atomic mass. Again, as it is an accelerated projectile bombardment method, alpha particles is the only choice of bombardment during this course of a reaction. If 2 neutrons are ejected, you have to arrive at the product. Try to work out this product again.
California.
Yes, the answer is correct. 96 plus 2 is 98. 241 plus 4 is 245. Minus 2 is 243. And the name of the element is californium. How can we write in modern terminology? Curium 96, 241 alpha particles and 2 neutrons, which are the ejectiles. Again, one more example I would like to give you here. This is very interesting to study. We shall take the example of uranium-239. Sorry, instead of 239, we shall take uranium-233, another isotope, because uranium forms so many isotopes. Uranium-233, as usual, the alpha particles, and during this course, if 3 neutrons are ejected, what is the remaining product?
Plutonium.
Plutonium.
Yes, it is plutonium. The answer is correct. 92 plus 2 is 94. It is a plutonium. And 233 plus 4 is 237 minus 3 is 234. It is a plutonium. Now, again, take for instance the same uranium 232 nucleus with which helium 24 is bombarded. Here, if 4 neutrons are ejected, what will be the product? If 4 neutrons are ejected, it is plutonium. Yes, 92 plus 2 is again 94, plutonium. 233 plus 4 is 237 minus 4 is 233. It is again plutonium. So how can we write this previous reaction? Here uranium 233, 92 nucleus, alpha particles and 3 neutrons are ejected. This is a basic or skeletal equation. On this basis, how can you write this also? Uranium 233, 92, then alpha particles and 4N. So these are also known as a uranium 233 alpha 4N process. Uranium 233 alpha 3N process. This is curium 241 alpha 2N process. So this is how we can write these equations. One again reaction by taking another isotope of uranium, uranium 238, 92, and again alpha particles, helium 24. During this course of a reaction, if 5 neutrons are ejected, what is the end product?
Plutonium.
Yes, 92 plus 2 is 94. 238 plus 4 is 242 minus 5 is 237. Again, it is plutonium. How can we write this? Again, uranium 238, 92, alpha and 5N. How can we read this? Uranium 238 alpha 5N process. Now, another reaction. This will give you much more confidence because such types of reactions will be asked and you will be asked to complete the nuclear reaction. Now, another reaction with uranium, uranium 235 nucleus, atom number is same because it is a isotope, and here alpha particles are used. During this course, if 7 neutrons are ejected, you have to calculate the required product. Again, it is very simple. 92 plus 2 is 94, and 94 is the atom number of plutonium. And here 235 plus 4 is 239 minus 7 is a 232. How can we write this reaction? Uranium 23592 alpha 7n process. Now, here some different reaction I would like to give you, that is by taking an example of uranium 235 92 nucleus. Here with this, if alpha particles are bombarded during this course, if one proton, this is known as a proton, you have to write in your notebook so that you will be familiar with these notations. One proton and 3 neutrons if are ejected, what is the required, the end product that is required during this course? You have to try to work out this particular reaction. We have to apply the same rules that we have already applied during our previous nuclear reactions. I want to know from you the product that is obtained during this nuclear reaction. Which is that element?
Thorium.
How is it? Thorium atom number is 90. Here the total is 92 plus 4, and we have to consider this part also to arrive at the product. Thorium is not correct.
Neptunium.
Neptunium is the correct answer. Neptunium is the correct answer. Just look at this nuclear reaction. 92 plus 2 is 94 minus 1. That means 93. 92 minus 92 plus 2 is 94 minus 1 is 93, and 235 plus 4 is 239 minus 4, it comes to be 235. It is a neptunium. So such type of reaction may also occur. So how can we write this in modern terminology? Uranium 235 92 nucleus plus alpha particles, and the particles ejected are protons and 3 neutrons. So here, how can we read this reaction? Uranium 235 alpha P3N process. Uranium 235 alpha P3N process. So this is how we can write the nuclear reaction. One more last reaction that will finish up our this accelerated projectile bombardment method. Here, if we take for instance curium 96, atom mass 244, helium 24, during this reaction, if a proton is ejected, I want to know from you the end product.
Americium.
Which is that element?
Americium.
The answer is not correct. How it is a americium?
Berkelium.
Berkelium.
Berkelium is the correct answer. Because why it is correct? 96 plus 2 is 98 minus 1 is 97. And 244 plus 4 is 248 minus 1 is 247. The element is a berkelium. So this is how we can arrive easily at the end product of the reaction. Or sometimes this particular reaction may also be given as like this. You have to look carefully because only less than 1 minute is left. 244 plus helium 24. Here you will be given this product as berkelium 97 to 47, and you are asked to arrive at the ejectile. Here the ejectile is a proton. So this is how we can arrive at the end product of this reaction. How can we write? Curium 96 244 alpha particles and a proton. So curium 244 alpha P process. P stands for proton, that is 1H1. So this is how we will conclude today's accelerated projectile bombardment method. Thank you very much. Stay